Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts back once again, another reaction for you guys. I'm here this morning, guys, to check out the newest episode of Superman and Lois, and unfortunately, this is the last episode of Superman and Lois for quite some time, because they're going on a huge break until like the middle or late May at this point. Like, what the hell? But we're here to check out the episode. Heard great things of it airing last night. This is episode 5, The Best of Smallville. Now, that title, interesting, The Best of Smallville. Not sure what it's referring to, but I'm guessing we'll find out within the episode. So sometimes these titles, I'm like, interesting title, okay, don't know what it means. And then it goes, aha! We figured it out within the episode because it makes it obvious why it's called The Best of Smallville, or whatever the title is. So that's cool. It's unfortunate this last episode because they're behind on shooting due to having to pause for a couple weeks due to a positive COVID test. And so they finished the next episode, I think, a week ago in terms of filming, and that's not enough time for them to turn the episode around, editing, and all the CG work, because there's a lot more work that goes into these episodes than traditional Arrowverse shows like Flash and Supergirl and all that kind of stuff. And also on top of that, it takes longer to shoot the episodes. I'm not really sure why, but probably just due to whatever scheduling they have there. But anyways, so last episode, definitely bonkers for a couple of reasons, but the two big things that happened last week that I think is going to really change up the storylines going forward in the show is, number one, Morgan Edge has this, like, version of kryptonite, and, like basically a wall size. I'm not really sure, because she punched a wall, his, like, secretary, his assistant or whatever, punched the thing, and we're assuming she's some sort of Kryptonian or some sort of version of a Kryptonian, something, punches the wall, and boom, look at all of this kryptonite, holy shit. And then on top of that, we have General Lane, Lois's father, of course, basically looks at the pendant he got from Luthor, this multiverse Luthor, and decides we need to have some sort of contingency in place in case of Superman. Like, he didn't go into specifics about Superman, but when you look at the pendant and what happened to Luthor's Earth, what happened to that version of Superman, he's putting a contingency in place just in case Superman, our Superman, goes bad. Okay, you have a spat with your daughter and, you know, Superman himself, but, like, that's personal stuff, and now you're bringing it within to your job, and now you're telling someone over the phone that we need to have something in place to stop Superman if we have to. Okay? I just feel like that's a huge leap there, but whatever. So, and then on top of that, of course, we have, like I was mentioning, the Luthor storyline. So I'm curious how all this is going to kind of tie in. I don't know what they're going to do, but I'm excited. So let's get into it now, guys, and see what they do with this episode. I'm curious, and I'm excited. Let's go. Harvest Fest?
Think of it as Smallville's version of Burning Man. Minus the fire.
Burning Man? I don't know if that's a good comparison, okay?
All of you are gonna love it.
I don't know. With him getting all excited, you're going to love it, something's going to happen.
Wanna go together?
Like from beginning to end?
Yes, from beginning to end.
Getting dumped by your girlfriend of over a year, and now you're supposed to see her, right?
Damn.
You don't remember what happened?
No, ma'am. I was coming through the tunnel.
I remember what happened.
My paycheck. I don't know anything about that.
You said the job wasn't what you expected. You sounded scared.
Yeah.
It just doesn't matter anymore. Sharon, someone tried to kill you.
Yeah.
I have my son back. There's
Don't do this typical trope. And it's fine now.
We just came. We've successfully located Lois Lane. Captain Luthor, are you certain this is the best course of action?
Yeah, this is not a happy ending. Something's wrong with him.
I need to see you. Now.
Hello? Yeah, it's definitely...
Flashback.
You sure you want to wear that?
Smack that bullet. He smacked that bullet. Okay, I'm about to say, what is he gonna do here? I mean, yeah, the fire's completely out, so that's not suspicious at all.
She might wake up and remember how incredible you are. And if she doesn't, then it's her loss.
Well, thanks for your Cosmo Girl opinion, but honestly, I just want to be left alone.
Thank you for Cosmo Girl. Jesus. He's just trying to help, man.
You
Exactly how it started was random heat vision. How it ended, free breath.
I've been looking for you.
Oh shit.
Used to work at Luthor Corps.
Lex Luthor, the only human being worse than
Wait, Luthor worked for Luthor? Or is this just a made-up story? I don't know. Regardless,
So what exactly? I just got him back, and out of nowhere, he needs me.
because something's wrong.
He's saying
Something's
he
up.
Any chance this meetup is like a date? I don't know, maybe.
Date? Kinda. It's kind of a date. Mm.
Yeah.
Yes. It's not about that. Dad, I want to move back. I lost all my friends. I'm probably never gonna play football again. And now what? You just no, Dad. I'm not like you, and I'm not like Superboy over there. Okay?
Well, again,
It is
you might still be able to manifest powers. I don't know.
You can't be running around playing magic.
I'm liking these
They
flashbacks.
were stealing.
I understand that, but
He knew I was sent here for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
your father and I both knew you were sent here for a reason.
Yes.
You sure that's a good idea tonight?
Okay. Illegal drinking.
Nothing is going to happen to you. This was an
I was wondering who the fuck are kissing each other. And, okay.
Follow me.
Uh-oh. Her going by herself without Lois is not good. That was a nice transition, looking out the window then to younger Clark. What in the hell?
Sarah, hey, look, you need to
Don't
relax.
touch
Hey,
me.
we're just kidding.
Don't talk to me like that.
He's...
You all can just get drunk and act like total idiots and think that there's never any consequences?
Damn.
Sarah,
And he's been drinking.
what?
Oh, he can tell. I was like, wait a minute, what? Like, oh, Superman.
Your dad can smell it. I can smell it. Leslie Law is there with Derek Powell? Yes, she took
Yeah, now he's some sort of machine or something. Something bad's gonna happen, I think. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. He's flying so low to the ground. Of course.
What did you do to you? She resurrected me, Kal-El. You're not alone anymore.
You're not alone anymore. Oh, what does this mean? And nobody noticed that?
Already dead.
Oh, shit.
Jonathan, you have your own path. And it might not feel like it right now, but I know it's going to lead to great things.
Can't believe he just killed himself like that.
Did he?
I don't think it was Derek.
Body.
Yeah, but his powers were erratic.
Oh, you're never gonna believe this. We already have.
What? How?
Morgan Edge. He heard about what happened right here for whoever needs her.
That's great. That's awesome. Something's gonna happen to that bench. Unfortunately, something's gonna happen. Yeah, he's nervous. He's like, do I really need to leave? So, does he know? Does he know? Does he know?
Everything about her is the same. Everything except she married someone else.
Come back to me.
Wait. Whew, holy shit. Jesus. Okay. I have a lot of questions. Wow. Okay. A lot of things happened there at the end there. I was like, okay, boom. This happened. Okay. Wait, what? Okay. So, first of all, really good episode. Really enjoyed it. A lot of cool things that happened. I like the flashbacks in the episode, by the way, but I'll get to that in a second, how it kind of parallels Jonathan and everything. So, let's talk about this couple things at the end there real quick. So, we have it to where we have Luthor, I guess, find out for sure that Lois is married, but I was thinking, oh shit, he fucking knows that that's Superman. He's figuring it out. And then they throw a twist in I was not expecting. He's in his little motorhome or whatever he's using to get around now, which is silly, but whatever, Luthor, okay. I guess it's a mode of transportation, so whatever. It's holding all of his weapons and shit, and apparently he has this, like, little system in there, the AI system or whatever. I forget if there's a name for it, but anyways, she's, like, talking. He was married to Lois Lane on his Earth. What the fuck? I did not see that coming at all. I did not see it. I'm like, okay, so you found out she's married, and it cuts to them together. I'm like, ooh, it's getting interesting. This is getting interesting. I like that Luthor was basically tracking throughout the episode, trying to figure out about Lois and trying to get information, and then, of course, he shot at Superman, and along with this other guy, I think his name was Derek or whatever, not important. But this guy who's been missing, the son, and now he's back, and all of a sudden he's flying around, and he has heat vision, and he's hanging out with Morgan Edge's secretary or whatever, sidekick, whatever the fuck, this Lesla or Lar or whatever. But so that whole thing with Luthor, that was crazy. So we also have, at the very end, we have Jordan walking home. I'm like, this is gonna end badly. Something's gonna happen, and then this guy, I forget his name, who was in the cast, and all of a sudden he's shaking, going crazy. He shows up and knocks him into the woods, starts beating him up. What did you do to me? I don't know what Jordan did to him. Like, what did Jordan do to him exactly? I mean, he called Superman to save him? I don't know exactly. Got questions. What does this mean? What does this mean? Okay, so let's talk about the rest of the episode in terms of how it all ties in. So, like I was mentioning a little bit earlier, we have the Luthor situation where he says he worked for Luthor. Kind of odd. He worked under Luthor or worked for Luthor Corp or something. And it's like, okay, Luthor working for Luthor. Okay. But he's talking to Lois, and then you find out the context of him talking to her, and you realize he was married to her on his Earth. It's kind of crazy, but he's trying to get information, and then he's like, well, you report on Superman. She's like, well, anybody reports on him. He's a public figure. It's like, no, I mean, you get the inside track of Superman. Because he's just trying to get close to that thing, but then he's trying to learn information on Morgan Edge. So all of that. So that was interesting to kind of see him trying to integrate into Smallville in a sense, but mainly just targeting Lois Lane because Superman always follows Lois Lane. So I don't know if I don't think at this point he knows that Clark and Superman are one and the same in terms of him seeing she's married to him and that's Superman as well. So boom, they're the same person. So I don't think that's the case at all, but good twist about the reveal there, about his Earth and what's going on there with him and who his wife was, Lois. So we have this Harvest Fest going on, which is kind of a crazy thing, because see, like, I don't think we've ever heard of it until just now, but that's fine. But they were like really hyping this up, like, oh, you guys are gonna love it. I'm like, something bad's gonna happen. When you hype something up, say, you're gonna love it, it's gonna be awesome. Is something bad's gonna happen? Well, it did. So they were in like some sort of center or whatever and donating items. And we saw them a little earlier, which talk about all of that in a second in terms of what this means. But we have the mother and son who come in. Of course, she reported to Lois and stuff that, he's been missing. And Morgan Edge, and I think it's all Morgan Edge, and listening to his voice messages. They donate some things, and all of a sudden he's having headaches, and he's, being a little odd. And then he goes and he calls Lar. He calls her up, and like, oh, wait a minute. Okay, sure, you got knocked in the head. And he starts heat vision without any control, and the whole place goes into flames. Clark smartly saves, of course, the lives of the firemen down there, Kyle or whatever, that the guy who I honestly just don't see a real reason for him to be on the show, but okay, that's just how I feel. And but see, he uses his cold breath, freeze breath, whatever you call it. I know there's a particular name, but anyways, he uses that ability to take out all the fire. The fire is now gone. Not suspicious at all, because Kyle's like, I don't know what's more confusing, how it started or how it ended, because both of it's up in the air, because they don't know what's going on. A buddy of his inhaled a lot of smoke, the guy who was stuck in the fire, so that's really unfortunate for that character. But like I said, I just don't know why Kyle's really on the show at this point. I feel like he doesn't do much, except he's a firefighter, and there's fire that goes on within the city, the town, but I mean, other than that, I just don't know why he's on the show. I don't know, and he's a bad dad, or he just drinks a lot and whatever. So, all that. So, we have the other report, I forget her name, but she was running, of course, the Smallville Gazette or whatever, and she did some digging and looked at the text message on the phone from the mom, and she tracks down the son along with Leslie Lar or whatever, and they're making out. I'm like, who the fuck is, it's like a flashback or something? And it wasn't. They were making out. And, okay, they're together, and then she puts him in this machine, and it didn't do anything, because Superman, of course, shows up. What is this? Like, what is this gym thing here? What, like, look, a gym, some gigantic gym or something stuck, kind of powering the machine. And, of course, he follows the son, follows him, they're fighting a little bit, and then he says, I've been resurrected, you're not the only one, Cal. What does that mean exactly? Is like the essence or the soul of a Kryptonian is now infused within the body of this guy? It was that what they're kind of hinting at, is that now like they have some sort of technologies, like whatever that gym is, maybe something to where you can resurrect and bring back the essence, the soul of a Kryptonian, and that's what they're going to... that's what my guess is based on the words, I've been resurrected, you're not the only one, Cal. That tells me that this is more than just people getting abilities like Kryptonians. It sounds like they're trying to find a way to bring back Kryptonians, because his voice was modulated, so that wasn't just like the guy talking. I don't know. Then he just like heats up and basically dies. He's like, I'm already dead. Okay. I don't know, but that was interesting. That was interesting. And to see a fight at night, pretty cool. So interesting developments there. Interesting developments. Jonathan gets heartbroken. He gets broken up with. And what I liked a lot about how they were telling the story with Jonathan and moving, of course, everything's hard. He's like, I want to move back. I don't want to live here. They were paralleling it with the flashbacks of young Clark after the death, of course, of Jonathan. So it's just him and Martha. And paralleling with, because like all the scenes except for the one on the bench were still paralleled with Clark on the bench. Now that's been dedicated to his mom. They're sitting there, and it kind of parallels with him leaving her or whatever. But within the house, they are paralleling what Jonathan's going through, kind of what Clark was going through. And that little scene where he was stopping those guys from stealing the TVs and stuff, that was pretty cool. He smacked that bullet. That was awesome. But it was cool to see young Clark again, just to kind of see where he's at. But it seems we're not going to be seeing any more flashbacks unless it's before this, because this was all leading up to him leaving Smallville, because he left at the very end of the flashbacks of this episode. So I don't think we'll see flashbacks again in terms of this part of the storyline. Maybe we'll see before, where maybe he first tries to stop a robbery or something going on. I don't know, but it's definitely interesting to kind of see how that. But it was just really cool. It was interesting and cool to see how they were paralleling what Clark was going through and kind of what he was dealing with, and how he was talking to his mom, and then how Jonathan was doing the same thing. Jonathan drinking, and Clark, he automatically knew, like, he's been drinking. And it seems that Jordan and, I forget her name, sorry about the names, they're not going to be dating per se. There's that date was a one and done at this point, and we should be friends now. Sorry, man. But, well, we'll see. But then at the end, he gets getting attacked by that guy, so I don't know what the hell's going on. Trying to think, am I missing anything else in particular that... Well, Morgan Edge wasn't in the episode, but apparently he wrote a check to cover everything. So, okay, whatever, Morgan. So, a lot of development moving forward with these storylines. I'm really curious to see what we do, what they're going to do with the rest of the story here, because there's definitely some things starting to ramp up here. But unfortunately, we have to wait until freaking May to get the next episode. That fucking sucks. Is what it is. So, what you guys think of this episode of Superman and Lois? Curious to know your thoughts. Whatever thoughts you have, let me know in the comments below, guys. Talk to you guys soon. Peace out.